Alrighty, let's get after it, guys. It's 6/9/2025.
Nice. 6'9".
Yep, 7:01 p.m. Um, I got Tony here with me. I got a few golf things to go over with him. Just a few questions that I've seen. It's really just honestly more of on the topic of like the Live PGA thing. I've seen a few things that I've seen. I guess I'm just like curious to why PGA doesn't do this specifically. So I had seen a clip, and it was like someone was putting. I don't remember who was putting. I think it was Bryson actually. Um, but they had like the line, like on the camera. Like they had like the line, like for the audience to see. And I feel like I've never seen that before. I don't think do PGA events like do they do that when they broadcast?
So you mean like the line before the guy's putting?
Yes. Yeah.
Huh. Uh, I've I've seen him do that once or twice, but was it on there the whole time the guy was putting? Or did they take it? Did they just show what they thought the putt was gonna do and then?
Yeah, it was like before he actually I don't and again, I don't know exactly if it was like a replay or not. I had just seen it, and yeah, it was like before he putted, there was just like arrows like following what like the line would be, like with the way the green's going. And he hit it like he almost like perfectly traced the way they were doing it, like
Hmm.
the way they had it drawn up. And I thought that was actually pretty interesting. I was like, I've never seen that before, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. I've seen, like I said, I've seen that once or twice where they'll like show how the putt's gonna break before the guy hits it, but it's just like they kind of do a little line tracking towards the hole, and then that's all they show.
Yeah.
I think that would be a neat thing, though.
Yeah, I think it actually
Um,
absolutely would be. Because I honestly, my thing is like, it's kind of something where it's going to get people more involved, I guess, with this, like, more interested to see. I guess, like, to be kind of like from the player's perspective, because to see, like, what the player's looking at. Because, I
hmm.
mean, seeing someone putt, it's just like, if you're a casual, you're probably just, it's not that interesting. Like, if you're not someone who really follows golf or is into golf that much, I feel like that would make it a lot more interesting to be like, wow, like look that guy, that was awful or that was good, just because of the fact of like how close he got to what their like prediction
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from. That is pretty cool. I th Yeah, definitely to people that aren't like fully invested as far as like knowing what, you know, whether the guy's going for birdie or par or if it's just someone that's, watching it at a bar when it's on.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh man, that dude sucks."
yeah, like that guy really
Or
screwed it on
like
that one.
or you're like, "Damn, that's a bad dude."
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I saw that and I'm like, I knew like I wasn't sure how you'd react to it because I know you really don't care for Live that much.
I don't know if I'd want to see it while the guy's putting. Although I guess it would. I don't know. To me, sometimes it's cool to just see the green on the TV and be like, look at what I think it's gonna do,
Yeah,
which is kind of hard to tell on TV, but like, so I don't know if I'd want to see. I don't know. I guess I'd have to experience it and see how I feel about it then.
another thing I had seen that it actually got me. So there's like apparently there's like golf rage bait pages too, and one of them is
Oh, there definitely is.
yeah, it's Tour Golf, and their at is at PGA Tour, but they just misspelled the word tour. They swapped the O and the U, So I thought it was like a real post. It said how Bryson DeChambeau and Rory McIlroy will be playing together in round one of the U.S. Open. I thought that was real at first. Then I actually clicked on the page and it's a satire page. So I was like, damn,
Mm.
damn, they kind of got me.
Yeah, there's stupid stuff all over YouTube that's like it's all AI videos, and there's like I remember one after Rory won that I saw. It's like, why was Rory McIlroy's wife acting so distraught at the Masters? Blah blah blah. He's been having family trouble ever since something whatever.
Yeah,
And it's just like this is just the stupidest like clickbait bullshit. Yeah,
yeah, but
it was dumb
I'm
though.
kind of a sucker for those things. I kind of fall into them pretty often. It's kind of frustrating, especially because like when I like share the post to someone and then they're like, they'll point it out like, yeah, that's actually fake, dude. That's not true. I'm like, okay, damn, well, now I look like an idiot. I'd
You
also,
got me.
this is another thing, dude. I think I know your feelings on Bryson DeChambeau. I think he's great for the sport. I think he's awesome for the sport, especially
I
with
mean,
younger
he
people.
definitely, yeah, he definitely gets more people into golf, I suppose, and a younger generation too, being that he's on all the social media platforms and all that.
Yeah.
So, is he good for the sport? Yes. Do I like him as a professional player? Not especially.
I had seen,
And I think most of that just comes from him trying to reinvent the wheel on everything, every little thing he does.
yeah. Yeah, I guess, if it ain't
I
broke, don't
find that,
fix it.
yeah, I find that tiring. I don't know.
I saw a video though that he had posted, and that's like the reason why I'm saying like he's good for the sport. All like the golf posts that you see, like videos and stuff like that, like 95% of them are something that he's recorded or he's involved in. But he had played Oakmont, which is where the U.S. Open's gonna be, right?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, correct.
so he had played it, and the rough is insanely thick.
Yeah, it's insane. They're saying they're supposed to be at like 5 inches, and I don't know if they're gonna cut it like between rounds. I don't know. I'm curious to see how they'll do that. But it's 5 inches, I think, is what they're cutting it at up until the tournament. And I'm curious to see if they'll continue to cut it at 5 inches or just let it grow for the 4 days. The greens are also projected to be rolling at like a 14.5, maybe 15 foot on the stimp meter,
That's insane.
which I think I've explained that to you. Yeah, that's pretty nuts considering um, most tour events are they run at like a 12 ish.
Yeah, I had seen. I saw something too. I thought was really interesting about this. There was a par three that's like
300 yards.
yes, like something ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I might have said that last time.
You
But
probably
yeah,
did.
it's I forget which hole it is. 12 maybe, something like that. But yeah, it's like 289,
Yeah,
maybe even 300 yards.
yeah. I was trying to find it, and it's nuts.
Insane. I will be surprised. Let's see. It's not supposed to be that windy down there or up there, I guess. It's by Pittsburgh. So they are calling for, or at least when I looked yesterday, they were calling for rain Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll see how that affects things. It was like scattered thunderstorms kind of, so I don't know, we'll have to see. But I don't know, I would be surprised if the winner is more than 5 under par. If they're even under par, I could see it. We'll say yeah, I'm calling the winners 5 under par. Scotty Scheffler, lock it in.
So I saw that he is the favorite right now.
Of course. Rory, um,
He's having
You
problems with
might
his
you
driver.
yeah, you might as well cash those bets out right now. He had his worst driving week in I don't know how long last week because he switched at the PGA. They checked his driver. I don't know if you saw anything about this.
I did see that.
They do
Yes.
driver testing, and so basically they pick a third of the field, I think it was, and they check their drivers to decide if they're conforming or non-conforming. Which is just if you use a driver for so long, it thins the face out right where you hit the ball, and so that's how they determine whether it's conforming or non-conforming because the face has to be a certain thickness.
So obviously the reason why it's not conforming, that's a benefit. Why is that a benefit? I've actually never even heard of that before.
I think it's kind of like pop on a baseball bat. It gives it more pop.
Okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, that does make sense. I'm trying to. I'm sitting here trying to find this post. Like out, whatever. It's irrelevant. We're past the topic anyways. But I'd seen another thing today. I I want to guess his name, but I don't want to guess it because we might get like canceled or something. Um, just name off like one of the Asian guys.
Uh,
I
Dang,
think
why can't I
I
think?
think he's
Hideki
the
Matsuyama,
no, not him.
Siwoo Kim.
Yeah, yes, him. I saw him post something on X. He's giving away his bag.
Really, that's
It,
cool.
yeah, you could like if you go on his page or something like that. I think he's like running this raffle where you can win his bag.
I can't think of what he plays.
I'll see if I can look it up right
I'm pretty
now.
sure it's like I want to say Mizuno, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just the Asian speaking, but
Uh, what is his first name?
Siwoo, Si space WOO Kim.
Okay, let's see if I can find this post. I'm probably not gonna find it. It's probably lost the algorithm at this point, but I did
I think a
know.
lot of those guys probably do that because they get. I'm pretty sure a lot of the companies. I know TaylorMade does. They give them a new bag and head covers for like every major. They come out with a new one.
Think about how nice that would
So
be,
like
dude.
if you're a pro, you're not gonna keep freaking 4 bags a year. Maybe the
Yeah,
ones you win, you'll keep, and then like the rest of them, shit. What do you do with those?
I don't know, dude. Given me, I could use it. I mean, not really. I actually really like my golf bag, but
I have no use for a tour bag really.
it's up to just like flex that you have one.
I guess that would be cool. Throw it in the basement bar
Yeah, it's like a
whenever that
novelty
gets
item.
whenever that gets going. Dude, uh I might build a little putting green in my basement.
That would be awesome.
It
That would
wouldn't be
be
that
awesome.
hard either. It would probably be like I don't know, 6 by 10 maybe. Just frame it out with like 2 by 4s
Yeah,
and put some plywood over it, and then you can just buy a little turf.
that would be sweet, dude.
Throw like 3 holes in it.
Yeah, it'd be like a Dick's Sporting Goods right in your basement,
That's what I'm saying.
and then you could use your custom putters. I guess you wouldn't want to actually. Those are supposed to be for display purposes only.
No, they'd be there for sure.
That'd
But
be sweet.
yeah, I have all these ideas and none of them ever happens. But you know,
One
maybe in
day.
the future.
Hey, what's the point of, hey, you gotta have a reason to keep going. It's just a dream. One day it'll be a reality.
Damn straight.
It sounds awesome, actually, though. That would be really cool. I mean, think about that. You know, meeting nights to go back. Yeah, we're going back to Tony's house. We're gonna play some golf.
I don't know if it'd be fun for more than one person, but
I'm sure with enough alcohol influence, anything can be pretty fun.
see now if I put in a what the hell are those things called? A simulator. Now that would be fun
That would be
for
cool.
more than one person.
That would be awesome. I know my buddy, he got into a car accident. Like some dude T-boned him and flipped his truck. So he's like suing the guy and all that stuff. But he's like, once he gets the money, he's gonna put a golf simulator in his garage.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
Yeah,
that. That's a wild way to spend the settlement check, but
Yeah. But he's like,
good for him.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get a simulator. He's like, I've already been looking up how I gotta do it. He's like, I'm gonna side mount my garage motor and raise the rails like 2 feet.
Fuck yeah.
He's like, I got the whole thing planned out. He's like, it'll fit perfectly. I've already measured everything for. I got more than enough space.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, nice, dude. It's a one car garage. It's kind of small, anyways. You're not really fitting any modern vehicle that's bigger than a compact car in there, anyways.
I respect that.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Once the settlement goes through, who knows? It could be a long time. Probably trying to prolong it as long as they can. Hopefully, he just gives up. But he's stubborn. He wants that simulator.
Dude, I would too. I would too. Yeah. I've explained that stim meter to you, right? Stim meter.
Yeah, yeah. You explained that before. You should just run
Good.
through it again, though. Give people, for our new listeners.
Okay, so it's a way of measuring the speed of a green. And I don't know exactly what the angle that they use is, but it's basically just a little ramp that they roll a golf ball down. And if it, the distance that the golf ball rolls is like the stimp rating. So it would roll, they're saying they're rolling at like a 14.5, maybe even 15. So that'd be 14 and a half feet, 15 feet
Okay.
off of this little ramp that they roll it down, which is insanely fast.
So here's a here's something to follow on that. I've seen videos like people using that, and I saw one specifically that actually like using that like little ramp thing that you're talking about
Hmm.
that I actually found pretty interesting because this guy was saying just like people get pissed off if you walk in their line on the green.
Right.
Well, he was making a video to debunk and saying how it doesn't even matter, that it's like purely, well, not purely, but like mostly kind of just like the luck of the draw because he rolled like 5 balls back to back and like they all went their own way. And then he
Yeah.
stepped in the line, like walked through the line, did it again. It's like same thing.
Yeah, it's really not going to affect anything. It's kind of just
I think it's more like a superstition thing, ain't it?
well, it's just etiquette.
Yeah, that's actually
Like it's
that's a better way to put it.
you're not supposed to walk through someone's line, kind of like you're not supposed to stand in the through line. So like say you're standing on the direct other side of the hole, that's also kind of like frowned upon. It's like if you're shooting pool and you're staring down the ball right at the pocket,
Yeah,
you don't want to be staring at someone right behind the fucking pocket, you know?
at their crotch could be very distracting.
Yeah, precisely.
I know you're big on shadows. You're not really happy if someone's casting a shadow when you're
Yeah, I don't like a shadow over my line. That shit irritates me.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I've seen you get a little flustered about that, we'll say.
Did I?
Once or twice. I mean, not at me, but in general. Not at me directly,
Oh
I'll
well.
say. It's fine.
Yeah, shadows distract me. And if there's a shadow, like if I'm hitting a tee shot and someone shadows on my golf ball, that is the only thing that I'm thinking about. And it will fuck me up 90% of the time.
Just like, yeah. That's honestly fair, though. I mean, I get it. Everyone has, like, their own routine and, like, their own thing, and it's kind of just hard to break. Or hard to, like, change it, I guess. It's like a pitcher,
Yeah.
They have their own thing, and they all have, like, weird wind-ups or something like that. I mean, the example we always go back to is, like, Craig Kimbrell, how he stands there and, like, a dinosaur before he, like, throws.
I've definitely heard of him. I don't know that I'm familiar with the dinosaur pose, but
He used to be a relief pitcher for you guys.
okay, that's probably why I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's just look up Craig Kimbrell's wind up before whenever you have free time, and you'll see what I mean. It's just like it's really stupid. He'll like lean over and like have his arms out like this,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about then.
Yeah, it's really dumb, but
It was weird. Like Craig Counsell used to freaking when he'd bat, he had his arms way up here.
dude, I
And then
hate that. Oh god.
it was like the ugliest thing ever. He
I,
played for the Brewers. Oh man.
I really hate like a lazy looking batting stance, like when they'll just like stand there and just like rest the bat on their shoulder. I hate that. I don't know,
Or
something about it's just disgusting.
I wish I had a bat in my hand. Or when dudes like,
Yes, dude. Yeah, when they sit there and just like swing the bat, I'm like, can you just stop? Can you just stop being weird?
it's all a timing thing.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean,
I'm trying to think of other weird ones now.
I think honestly, Shohei's is kind of weird. How he just like stands there, he kind of like sticks his ass out a little bit, and the bat's like perfectly straight up and down. It's like super like it's like a super just like statue pose. I'm like, I think that's kind of weird. Obviously, that works really well for him, so don't change it. But considering he's a freak,
Yeah, no doubt.
but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just really weird. Going back to the golf thing though, yeah, I understand why some people just don't like those kinds of things. I actually saw another video too. Speaking of etiquette, and I mean, obviously you're gonna agree with the stance I had, but it was a guy who like it was just kind of a gimme. It was like a 4 foot putt, but he had missed. Younger guy. And I don't know if he did it just for the video or if like he actually just has like temperament issues, but he like, takes his putter and is just like smacking it on the green repeatedly, obviously tearing up the
Yeah,
green.
I think I've seen that video.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah,
just kind of like a ban for life, and you're gonna pay to have that repaired.
yeah. If I don't know, or maybe the groundskeeper should just come out and shoot you on the spot.
Yeah, I mean that's just I get it, getting frustrated, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not even fucking frustrated. That was
That's just stupid.
literally all for views.
Yeah, and
Like,
the
go
comments are
fuck
dragging.
yourself.
Yeah,
You're a fucking idiot.
yeah, yeah. I mean the comments obviously all agreed they were all dragging him, so that was great. But
Yeah, I do recall that when I saw it too.
I've had for me though, it's kind of like there's a fine line. I've had one groundskeeper that came up to us one time, and he was like, "Hey," and obviously, yes, you should do it. But he's like, it was a par three, short par three, whatever. He's like, if you guys hit the green and create a divot, just fix it. Or what? I'm like, okay, yeah, that's super fair. But I'm gonna sound like a jerk for this, okay? And I know, and you're gonna disagree. My thought process, kind of at the same time too, is like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that either way. But it's like, it's also kind of your job. Like, is that not, kind of your job?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but they're not gonna sit there and fix every ball mark.
Yeah. No, that's valid. I mean, that's why, like I
That's
said, it's a bad take on my end.
to me, I have beat the shit out of some tee boxes with my driver. Don't get me wrong. However, the greens are a different story. I take care of the greens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely should.
Fairways, sure you should fill your divots or replace your divots if you can. But I mean, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
However, I think a lot of people though don't know how to the proper way to fix a ball mark. A lot of people will, stick their tee or their tool in there or whatever and like pry up on it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to pull it inward, like all towards the center.
I never knew that actually.
Because if you pry it up like that, you're literally just pulling the roots of the grass out, and it's just gonna make a little fucking dead spot in the green.
I actually never knew that. Yeah, I'm the type of
The more you
person,
know.
yeah, where I'd sit there and just pry up on it. One of these things, actually, I play with it all the time.
Yeah, now you want to pull it inward, like into itself.
What word? Nothing. Never mind. It didn't land.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
Can't
pull
say
it
that, dude.
inward.
You're gonna get us canceled. Um, dude, I need to like. I told myself this week I'm gonna hit the driving range. I have yet to go this year. I have yet to swing a club. I need to
Yeah, you gotta get on that.
desperately.
I I've been playing pretty good this year for the most part. I played last weekend. I played Saturday and Sunday. Didn't play very good Saturday. And then I played 9 holes on Sunday, and I had like three putts, but I still shot 42, I think.
It's pretty
I three
solid.
putted for par. I had like a 12-foot eagle putt, and I three
Damn,
putted. Yeah,
damn.
horrible,
That's tough. That is actually tough.
garbage.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. It happens, dude. You know,
Yeah,
it's okay.
happens to the best of us.
It does. Did you see that 17-year-old that's on the tour?
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up. He's not on the tour, but he
He's not.
qualified for the U.S. Open.
Okay, I knew it was one of those two things, and I just kind of like spitballed and just was hoping it landed. Okay, I did see that post. Though. I think Sports Center said something about that. Like he's at prom one weekend, and the next weekend he's like qualifying for the U.S. Open.
Yeah, that's fucking badass, isn't it? His
Yeah,
name's Mason Howell. He's a high schooler. He's a junior in high school from Georgia. Well, I guess he'd probably be like a senior this coming up year.
yeah, probably. Yeah,
But yeah, 17 years old, qualifies for the U.S. Open. That's badass.
yeah, that is awesome. I mean, not many people can say that.
I
Not many
saw
people
him.
ever do that.
I saw him do a like an interview with some news outlet, and they were like, "Yeah, so what's next? You know, are you going to college or are you going straight to the tour?" And he he was just like, "The fuck kind of question is that?" That's not what he said, but he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm committed to Georgia. We'll see what happens."
I mean, you
I
could
don't
probably
know.
make a.
I don't think the guy that was interviewing him like knew too much about golf,
It's
but
valid, but I mean, you could probably make some decent NIL money in college.
probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, it wouldn't be like football money or basketball money, but
No, I mean it'd still be something
it'd
though.
be a little something.
Especially if he can like really blow himself up and like you
Be
know
like the Livy Dunn of golf.
exactly. I was just about to say that exactly. Just like have like a really big social media presence and sponsorships and all kinds of stuff. I mean, Livy Dunn's doing Raising Cane's commercials now, dude.
Really,
Yeah,
one love.
exactly. I mean, it's super cringy too. I saw the ad on YouTube. I was watching a YouTube video. I'm like, and it wasn't a skippable ad, which is the worst, by the way.
Dude, I've heard that's where all the baddies hang out.
Yeah, Raising Cane's specifically in Bloomington. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been. That's the rumor. Ridiculous. But yeah, dude. I don't know if I have anything else on golf. I know that was like I pretty much touched on everything that I was curious about that I wanted to ask you. Give me your pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I already told you my pick. 5 under, Scotty Scheffler.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I think other people I'm liking. It's hard to it's hard to not think Bryson will be somewhere in there because I think he's one that like embraces the challenge of a super tough golf course, I think, which is sort of what you that's the mindset you have to have in the US Open, or else you're just if you're gonna sit there and bitch about the course and how it's too hard, your chances are pretty much out the window.
Yeah, you're kind of cooked. It's also like you kind of just shouldn't be there then.
Um, I'm thinking maybe John Rahm after his blow up down the stretch at the PGA. I mean, other than that, I don't see Rory doing good with his coming off a horrible week with his driver, because that's going to be like the main. You're going to have to put the ball in the fairway this week.
Yeah,
if you want to score. That's the only way. Yeah,
I'm
I don't
interested.
know.
Another thing too, actually, that I just thought about that. I mean, it's really, I guess, just an opinion thing. I see on like TikTok. There's this one dude that always pops up. He's playing like he's playing like nice courses. I don't know. I don't know exactly the names. He's just like random nice courses. But he's like smoking the ball. His drives are insane. They're like going like 320 plus or whatever. I'm like, granted, it's for content, so he's gonna show like his best holes.
Right.
Pause. Um, but it's like every single video is like birdie, eagle, and like he's pretty good. I mean, from what you see again, obviously he's showing his best stuff. But I'm like, why aren't guys like this then? Like they're probably doing like amateur tours, right? There's probably like that's definitely a thing. I guess like
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's there's certainly plenty of golf tournaments that people can play that are not, the tour. And then like there's the Corn Ferry Tour, which is basically like the minor leagues. It
Okay,
kind of feeds people into the PGA Tour if you rank high enough. I forget. I don't know if I ever knew how many people from the Corn Ferry Tour make their or get a tour card every year.
I never even knew they had a minors. That's actually pretty interesting to know.
Yeah, it's neat. It used to be called the Web.com Tour. Now it's called the Corn Ferry Tour.
We got to get you in that, dude. We got to figure out.
Dude, I think that would be really cool to
That would
just
be awesome.
like fucking take a year off and like literally just focus on golf. See how good I could get.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. I think you should do it. Just say, stack your bread and yeah, take a year off. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard because you'd have to spend a lot of money
It's all right. That's what I said. You got to stack your bread.
and you would not be making any money.
You just got to save up. You just got to save a year's worth of income.
How you feeling about the Pacers?
So truly, I think. Okay, yeah, people call me a Pacers hater. I'm not a Pacers hater. I just would rather see OKC win, just because all the Pacers glaze is a little excessive in my opinion. Um, but I honestly think anyone can take the finals. They're like pretty equal. They're pretty equivalent.
Yeah, I watched like a couple minutes of the game yesterday and I was like, hmm,
I mean, they got their doors blown
yeah,
off yesterday. That
I
was it.
remember why I don't watch the NBA.
Every 5 minutes or 5 seconds, there's a foul being called, and they're hitting the free throw line.
Actually, they were not calling fouls very much when I watched. I was surprised. And it seemed like a couple of them were pretty blatant, but
Or are you just getting frustrated at the amount of missed threes?
I was getting frustrated at the lack of people trying to get rebounds. Like a shot went up and everybody on the team that took the shot was already running the other way. It's like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the fuck
actually
are you doing?
no, that is
This is the
facts.
finals. Like, why aren't you trying to get a fucking rebound?
Yeah, I think basketball at any level, honestly, just like really lacks fundamentals, and that's part of the reason why I just think the sports kind of sucks.
I don't know. It's like you always say, basketball is sloppy, but that's just kind of how it is. It's because I feel like it's supposed to be bang bang, super fast pace, and that is not what the NBA is,
Yeah,
which is probably why I prefer college basketball. But I mean, it's just so fast paced that it is sloppy a lot of times.
yeah, I'd agree. I just, I'm definitely intrigued on the NBA final. I'm definitely interested by it. I will say this is the most I've watched in a long time when it comes to basketball, but when it comes down to it, I actually really just don't care that much.
Yeah, I turned it off after like 2 minutes. So plus they're getting their doors blown off, like you said. So
Yeah, yeah, it was There's some good memes coming out about it though. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. Obviously, the
I have
Halliban's pretty good.
no clue what you're talking about.
Tyrese Halliburton. Um, People are referring to him as the Halliban.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I wish I knew more players. I could probably come up with something funny. Al Qaeda.
Actually, OKC star, this year's MVP, uh, SGA. His first name is Shy. So yeah, that's one that people are saying they're calling him Shal Qaeda.
Why? Why is everything Middle East related?
I don't know. I truly don't know.
That's crazy.
It's pretty good though. I'm here for the jokes. I love that stuff.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I have been watching my Cubbies a lot more.
Yeah, I mean obviously they're extremely scorching hot. I've actually been like kind of wanting to go to a game really bad, and I'm at the point where the White Sox, I just missed their home stand. So the next game I'll be able to go to is not until July 12th. So that sucks.
Dang,
Yeah.
they're on that long of a road trip.
No, the next time they're home though, I'm going to Wisconsin, going to the Morgan Wallen concert.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, obviously they have home games during the week, but I have a job, so I can't. I can't go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's the bad parts of being employed, I guess.
Yeah,
It's all right.
I hate making money too.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It is. It kind of sucks. You know, I'd rather just go spend it and live my life. Then eventually the well would run dry, and I wouldn't be able to do those things anymore. It's a give and take in this life. Give and take.
For that. You got any other blazing topics?
That's it. That's all I got. It's been pretty slow,
Darn.
honestly. There really hasn't been too much going on. Counting down the days for the NFL's return, but not trying to wish away the nice weather. It's kind of where
I
I'm at
feel
in
that.
life right now.
When does training camp start?
It's going on right now. Started last week, last
Oh,
Wednesday. Yeah,
like actual camp?
yeah, yep. Um,
Nice.
I would recommend you look at some highlights, some Caleb Williams highlights specifically. He's been making some magnificent throws at training camp, and it'll get your loins tingling.
Hmm.
Just saying. I
I
think you'll
heard
like it.
they're switching some things up for him,
Yeah, they're switching up.
such
Like,
as which leg he lifts and stuff.
well, if he's throwing a punch, hopefully he's not lifting his leg,
Nice.
because then it'll throw him off balance, and you know. But I guess your score would be higher on the punching machine, especially if you're Tony, and
Damn
then you have the
straight.
best score out of everyone.
888.
It's pretty high. It's pretty good. You almost you're like 20 away from the high score.
What can I say?
Bad dude.
I'm a bad dude.
But yeah, say we could wrap it up there.
Alrighty.
We got some. I would talk about it off camera. It's fine. Give it a little sneak peek. Don't want to ruin the surprise for the people. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you guys
Nice.
for listening, and we'll see you on the next
Absolutely.
one.
Peace.